Hello friends, welcome to my channel Math Learning. In this video, I have explained what are the different types of functions.
Iliad functions. Please mark, this is very important. Even though the engineering semi student don't understand this, okay, no matter from IIT or NIT or from the regular engineering colleges, this is very important. Student needs to understand. So these are the basic functions. Iliad, Iliad functions. I hope everybody knows what is Iliad. The L stands for logarithmic functions. Okay. Then I stands for trigonometric functions. Then A stands for algebraic functions. Okay, T stands for trigonometric, right? And then E stands for. So these are the basic types of functions that we are having. In log, we can have log of the variable. Okay, so this variable can be anything. So I prefer probably use this box for the variable, or you can say V. Okay, these are the logarithmic functions. The inverse trigonometry, okay, sine inverse, tan inverse, cos inverse, cot inverse. These are the inverse trigonometric functions. Sine inverse of variable. Then algebraic, any examples in algebraic? Any polynomial equation, a constant function 1, constant function
4x plus 3y.
Yeah, 4x plus 3y. You will see the just you see 4x plus 3y is a function, but it is a function of two variable. We are just focusing on functions of one variable because you have learned only functions of one variable. More deeply, functions like this from x to y, where y is equal to f of x. You have seen this type of set x and set y, and this type of functions you have seen. So 4x plus 3, such kind of polynomial functions. So maybe higher power x raised to 100 plus 10 x and all that. These are the examples. Then trigonometric functions you have seen. Trigonometrics are sine of variable, cos of variable, tan of variable, and then exponential, that is e raised to variable and a raised to variable. These are the exponential type of functions. After these basic functions, we have different another functions. That is addition of functions, right? If you have a function f, you have a function g, we can add those two functions, right? Right now we can add those two functions, f plus g, and not only just two, you can add many functions like g plus h and all that. And then thereafter, this is called an addition of functions, and this is also a function, addition function. And then we can subtract f minus g, so this is a subtraction function. And then we have multiplication of two functions, okay, not only just two, more than two also. And then we can have division of functions provided the denominator is not equal to 0 function, right? And type of function, constant functions are there. Constant functions, like any variable, in any variable you can put some constant number, say 5, say 10, say okay, any constant number. So in that way, constant functions. After that, we are having some important function. Can somebody tell me what is that important function? These are the some basic, right? You must have understood. So this is addition of functions, subtraction of functions, multiplication of functions, division of functions. After that, which type of functions come? After this, so there is a function inside a function. What it's called? There is a function inside a function. What it's called?
Composite function.
Yeah, this is a very special type of function, composite function. Can somebody give me the example of composite function? So I can take one example of f and another example of g, and then I can compose them. Like here, if I want to give f into g, I can give x square into sin x. So x square is an algebraic function, and sin x is a trigonometric function. I am finding the product of them. Example of f into g. So similar way, can you give me the composite function example? Take f is equal to x square, okay, and g is equal to sin x, and tell me what will be the composition of them. F of g. What will be f of g if f is x square and g is equal to sin x?
Sin square.
Yeah,
Sin
what?
square.
Right, sin square x, sin square x, because why? Inside f you have to write g. So this is my f, and in this f I have to write g. So what is my f? F is my this x square, but inside this I have to write g. So I have to erase that x, and I have to write sin x the whole square. So you can write it as sin square x. So this is how it is done, f inside g. Okay, f of g of x. So I hope you all have understood the composite function. If you have not, just because composite functions play very important role in calculus, while finding derivative, while finding integration, while finding limit also. So all of you, just this is my f is and my g is equal to say x cube plus 2x. Just give me the f of g of x and g of f of x. Give me the both of the stuffs.
Sin inverse x cube plus 2x is f of g of x.
Okay,
And sin inverse x cube
sin
plus 2 into
inverse
sin inverse
x cube plus 2 times sin inverse x is your f of g of x, and g of f of x.
Sin inverse x the whole cube plus 2 sin inverse x.
Inside f I have to write g over here, inside f. So this is my f, in that I have to write g. So this is the answer of this example, right? And for answer of this, inside f I have to write g. So this is my x, so it will be sin inverse of x cube plus
X cube
2x,
plus 2x.
right? So this is the answer of g of f of x. Oh sorry, this is the answer of g of f
Yes,
of
sir.
x. This is the answer
The
of
question is the answer of g of x.
okay, we'll do one more time. This is f. Inside that we have to write g, right? So my f is sin inverse. Inside that I have to write g. So my g is this. So it will be x cube plus 2x. So this is f of g of x. So that's what I said here, right? Now the another one is g of f of x. So what is my g? My g is this, x cube plus 2x, but inside that you have to write f. So f is sin inverse. So what I will be doing, instead of this variable I will be writing sin inverse. So I will write sin inverse x. Okay, sin inverse x. So this is how it will be done, right? Okay, done, students?
Yes, yes sir.
Yes, sir.
Any difficulty into this?
No.
Okay. So this is how a composition of function is done. Now next is we are going to see some type of functions. Okay, so there is very special type of function that's called a constant function. So every variable is mapped to only a single point, like say f of x is equal to 2, f of x is equal to some number 4. So every point of the function is mapped to a single point. That's called a constant functions. Okay, so next type of function, can somebody tell me next type of function? 1 1 and on to 1 1. What is the 1 1 function? What is 1 1 function? What is the 1 1 function?
For one input there is only one output.
One input there is only one output. But now is it a 1 1 function? This, now I am putting f of 2, it will be c. I am putting f of minus 2, it will be c. Is it a 1 1 function? Now one input, one output. One input, see, I have input 1 2 and output is also 1, constant number c. Here also I have input 1 minus 2 one output. It is 1 1 function.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 1 1 function is a different point maps to different point. That's what, if x is not equal to y, f of xy is also not equal to f of y. That's what it is. This is the definition of one function. Or one can say, if x is equal to y, then only f of x is equal to f of y. That is the definition of one function. So it is not happening at here. So it's not a one function. If you want to see the graph of one function, a basic example of one function is f of x is equal to x. This is a one function, and its graph is this, y is equal to x. Basically this is nothing but y is equal to x, and its graph is this.
Making 45 angle.
Can somebody tell me graph of y?
Making 45 angle is 80.
This is the y is equal to x. Now you see that for every point, for this point the value of function is this, for this point value of function is this, for this point value of function is this. So each of these points are mapping to all these points, whereas the other points are mapping to these points. So none of the point, one point, that now if you take any two distinct point, are not going to one point. Like here it is happening. You see, this is my curve. Can somebody tell me what kind of curve is this? Oh, sorry. Just what kind of curve is this? Parabola. So in this parabola, you see, if I what kind of parabola it is? Let's say it is a y is equal to x square type of parabola. Now suppose I take this point 2. What is the value at here? X coordinate is 2. What will be the y coordinate then? 4, right? Just putting x is equal to 2, you will get the value of y. So 2 square, that is 4. This is how it is done. Now similarly take this. What will be this point? This will be a minus 2 point. And now x is equal to minus 2. What we are getting? What we are getting? 4 you are getting, right? So now you see that minus 2 and minus 2 both are, minus 2 and plus 2 both are different point, but they are having a common value, that is 4. So this is not a one function. This is not a one function, because two distinct points are mapping to a same point. So this is not a one function. So after one function, are you clear with the definition of one function? What exactly the one function means?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we can go ahead and since there are plenty examples, I have taken just the one which everybody knows. Parabola is known to everyone. Graph of parabola is known to everyone. That's why I have taken the example of parabola. There are many examples. Now the another type of function. What is the, once one is done, what is the next type of function?
Onto.
Yeah, onto function. Onto function. What is the meaning of onto function?
Many ones.
Huh? Many one means?
So basically each image should, each pre-image should have an image.
Right. Basically it means geometrically, if you see here, if there are 1, 2, 3, 4 points, each of these 4 points must have some particular one particular representative at here in the other set. So this is a set X, this is a set Y. Every element of this particular set Y must have a candidate at in the set X, and there is a limitation of set X. Every element, so we'll see how it happens. So every element of this domain set must have a element in codomain. Element in codomain. So now if you see this parabola, is it an onto function?
Yes.
Yeah. How come it is onto function here?
Because for the same input, for different inputs, there can be the same value. Output.
So let me tell you one thing. This is a set X, okay, and this is a set Y, okay. Now all values of set x are here on x-axis, okay, in one value, one variable function, and all values of set y will be on a y-axis, okay. So now what is my definition of onto function? Every element of set y must have at least one element in set x. Now you see that this is this value. What are these values? Can somebody tell me what are these values? Just a minute, just a minute. Yeah, these are all negative values, right? These are all negative values of y. Do you find any suitable candidate for them in set x?
Sir, not for this parabola.
Do you have any suitable value? So there are many points, no, which don't have a candidate in x. So now you see that if you take this as a -2 point, your equation of parabola is y is equal to x square. Is there any x which can give you the value of y is -2? No. So it is not an onto function. Even you can by a graph also you can easily come to know whether it is onto function or not. If a graph takes all values of y-axis, then only it is onto function. Now it is just taking these values, okay? It is just taking these values of y, only positive values of y. They are not taking this negative values of y. So it is not onto function because it's not taking all values of y. Similarly, if you see this as an example, now this is my y is equal to x. Is it onto function?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you see that for all these, there are these values for all these values of y. See, these are the values of y, no? For every value of y, there is a representative at here. See, there is a representative. There is a representative. So this is an example of onto function. The bijective. What is the meaning of bijective function?
So which are both 1, 1 and onto.
So is it this y is equal to x is 1, 1 or a bijective function? This is
Yes,
onto, right? At here it is onto, and at here it is 1, 1. So it's an bijective. Step function, somebody was saying mod function.
Yes, sir.
What is f of x is equal to? Function is f of x is equal to mod x, and the value of this mod x is nothing but positive x if x is greater than or equal to 0, and negative x if x is less than 0. Like if you have a value 3, so it will give 3. If you have value 4, it will give 4 by this definition. If it 0 inside mod 3 will be 3, mod 4 will be 4, mod 0 will be 0. But if I ask you -2 by 3, so it is minus, so minus of that number -2 by 3, so it will produce 2 by 3. Now this is how it will be done by algebraically, okay. And what is the graph of this mod function?
V shape, sir.
V shape?
V shape in the first and second quadrant.
Yeah. This way, na, V shape.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it's a huge graph. Okay. Depends on what range you take, what bounds you take, and all that. Now next example, step function. We will see step function because it is going to use many times. Step function. What is a step function? Function. Just tell me the greatest integer function definition. Greatest integer function. It is like this now, and this is the way we denote greatest integer function. Means you have to take an integer, greatest integer. Okay, suppose you have 2 by 3. So 2 by 3. What is the value of 2 by 3? So greatest value of 2 by 3. So what is the value of 2 by 3 in decimals?
0.66.
0.66. So near to this, whichever is the greatest integer, that you have to take. So near to this integers are 0, minus 0, 1, These are the integers, but greatest amongst them, that is 1. So that's why we'll write the value of 2 by 3 will be, greatest integer value of 2 by 3 will be 1. Getting?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, in this way we'll be doing. So enough of understanding the types of functions. So we'll focus on this definition: limit x tends to a f of x. What it means? What it means? And when does it exist?
So when LHL is equal to RHL is equal to function value.
What is the function value?
When x tends to A.
Okay. Okay. LHS. How I will be writing LHS?
X tending to A minus.
Limit x tending to a minus f of x.
Yes.
This is left hand side limit, right?
LHL. Yes, sir.
Left hand side limit, and then limit x tends to
A plus. And
a plus the f of x. It is a right hand side limit, right?
yes, sir.
So what happens if this RHS is equal to LHS? Then we say that
Function
Function exists.
exists.
limit exists, no? Limit of function and a exists, right? Is the definition. Right now there is one more concept associated with this. So it may happen sometimes this limit does not exist. If the right hand side limit value and left hand side limit value are not matching. In that case the limit may not exist. Okay, so we see that now one more function, one more type: x tends to a f of x is equal to say L. So it will be done only if that is limit x tends to left of a, limit x tends to right of a, both are exist and equal and it is equal to L, then only this is happening. Okay, this is called existence of limit. But one more concept is related with that. It is called a continuity of function. What is the meaning of continuity of function? What is the meaning of continuity of function?
If a function is continuous at all the points in the given interval.
Okay, very good. More precisely, I want more precisely, like in mathematical way. When do you say that a function is continuous? That's what I want.
When left hand limit is equal to right hand limit.
Very good. Going closer.
And that is equal to the function value.
What is that function value at here? What is the function value at here? So basically I want to know what is the value of L for continuity.
So f of A.
Yeah, that's what the important. F of a. Here you can have any value. For existence of limit you can have any value L. Okay, it should be exist. The left hand and right hand side must exist and equal. That is the only stuff. But for the continuity, the limit x coming left of a and limit coming right of a, both are exists and they must equal to the f of a. These both are equal to f of a. In short, the statement that we will be having: limit x coming left of a, limit x coming up, it is equal to f of a. That is what the definition of continuity. Basically, continuity means what? If you draw a graph of any particular function, if that graph is not breaking, then you will say that that function is continuous. Now suppose now the step functions or greatest integer functions like this, they are breaking. They are breaking. For some point it is at here, for some it is here. So you see that there is no continuity in the graph. That's why they are not continuous function. Okay, step functions are not continuous functions. Whereas any graph which is continuous, there is no break in the graph, such type of functions whose graph is like those are called continuous functions. So can you give me the example of continuous function?
Sin x cos x.
Yes, sin x cos x, sin x cos x. What is the graph of
Power
sin?
x.
E to the power x.
If you like my content, please do subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so that you can get the notification of my new videos. Thank you दोस्तों.